Lennox, it's the third fight. Are you surprised it's happening, or are you looking forward to it happening?
I'm looking forward to it happening. I mean, the first fight was a great fight, full of drama. You know, nobody expected what happened to happen. And, you know, it turned out to be a great fight. And then the second fight, unbelievable fight. Nobody would expect that to happen, what happened. And now they're having the third fight. I expect more drama, more excitement, great fight. I don't think it'll be a knockout this time, but I think it'll be, you know, go to the distance.
It's an interesting thing. Who learned more from the second fight? Because Fury obviously changed his style and it was brilliant. Wilder looked confused, had no idea what was happening.
Oh yeah, I would say Deontay learned more from the second fight. He learned that there's something wrong. You know, you know what I'm doing is not working. This guy came in the fight and kind of mowed me over. So I got to readjust and you know, do what I need to do to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
But a good champion should have been able to adjust during the fight.
Yeah.
You know, so it went 7 rounds, so he gets pushed around in the first couple of rounds. You know, I'm saying to you, should a good champion, should he have been able to do something on the night? Should he have been able to respond differently?
He should have, but you got to look at where Deontay's coming from. He started boxing late, and he doesn't have that much experience. He didn't have a great trainer. He had a good trainer, but didn't have a great trainer. And, you know, he used only a certain amount of tools. You know, he's got a lot of tools, but if you use 2 of them, you know, that's not going to work. If you depend on 2 of them, you know, it's not going to work. You got to have a lot of experience, a lot of tools in there to work with, a lot of different things needed to happen for him. And what he's basically done, he's assessed himself, and he's relearning. Some people may say it's a bit too late. These are the things you've got to be learning when you first come out, instead of knocking the people out. Because when you knock somebody out, you know, you don't really learn anything. You learn that you got a powerful punch and that you can knock people out. And
especially if you do it 6 or 7 times in world title fights.
It becomes easier, and you say, you know, every fight that you go in, I'm gonna knock him out. But sometimes the knockout doesn't come. And I always say, if you can't knock somebody out, you better be able to box.
Yeah. It's interesting you use the word tools, because that's what Malik Scott, his new trainer, said. Yeah. He said, what I did with Deontay, he said, I don't want to change him. He said, I just went to the toolbox and we looked at his tools and we just pulled out some of the tools he'd stopped using. Does that sound true? Does that sound about right to you?
Yeah. I think there's a lot of different things that, you know, he could draw on, bring out, and do. Whether he can do them against the best fighter in the world is different. It's like, you know, you can knock out all these bums, but all of a sudden you're in against a good guy now. Can you knock him out? No. He doesn't want to be knocked out, for one. Plus, he's a great fighter. He doesn't get hit.
In your second fights with people, it was a better Lennox Lewis in the second fight,
Absolutely.
I would argue. But that's because the first Lennox, in a couple of them, got hit on the chin, got caught, got up both occasions. And then in the Evander Holyfield fight, it was a draw. But, you know, it was a good fight. Whether you won it or not, it's irrelevant. The bottom line is the next Lennox was a better Lennox. How does Tyson deal with this next fight? Because in that fight, he was as good as he could be. Will he have the right mindset going into this? Let's call this a rematch. Will he have the right mindset going into this rematch?
Absolutely. I mean,
he has to have it.
Yeah, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Plus, he's drawing from his tool set. He's got unbelievable tools in there. You know, he can move laterally great. He's a great mover. He's got great balance. He boxes orthodox and he boxes southpaw. And he's got a great jab. And, you know, this guy shadow boxes all the time, so he boxes. You know, he's a boxer. So, you know, in a fight where you have a boxer and a puncher, you usually go with the boxer because he's putting in work. He's putting money in the bank each round. The puncher now, he's trying to line you up to try and knock you out. But sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes it's never there. And sometimes it's there for a second. You got to seize that opportunity. If you can't seize the opportunity, you're going to lose the fight on boxing.
Rounds go. You've got 1 round left. I think that Tyson Fury is a handful for even a guy like you because of that ability to change what he does. I see you against Tyson Fury, you having to box several versions of Lennox Lewis. Yeah. One version of Lennox Lewis wouldn't be enough. Just being aggressive, just being a boxer. You'd have to mix it up in a fight with Tyson.
Sweet science, baby. You got to use the sweet science. That's why they call it the sweet science. You know, there's a couple fights where you can watch the opponent or the other boxer do some different things which work for him. It's a sweet science.
So Malik Scott's been brought in to work with Deontay Wilder. Now, I know coaches talk a good fight, but he's talking an exceptional fight. He's talking about, we're going to be boxing, we're going to be moving, we're going to be thinking, we're going to be looking to the body. Is he giving too much of it away?
At the end of the day, what he says his boxer has to do, better do, or, it's really... Malik Scott's not going to be in the ring fighting. Deontay's going to be in the ring fighting. So whatever he's learned, he's going to have to be able to use it. Mind you, he's using these new things against one of the best fighter in the world. So it's not going to be that easy. But, bringing more out of his arsenal is important. He's got to, apply himself a lot better than he applied himself in the second fight.
Now, when you've had new coaches over the years, a couple of guys have taken over. So you started off with one guy, go to another guy, then end up with another guy. Is it hard? Is that first fight with a new coach hard?
Always.
Yeah.
Always, because you guys are getting used to each other. It's a stressful situation. Both of you guys are under pressure, and whether you guys can get it together in the fight is to be seen.
You're still trying to work out how much trust there really is. Because you can be your best friend in the gym, but it's not in the ring. It's not in that 55 seconds where he's got to tell you things to do and what you might be doing wrong.
Yeah, I mean, there's another problem too. He may forget everything you taught him, and say, "Oh, I'm gonna knock you out," and then he's all of a sudden, one-dimensional trying to knock the person out. So it really depends on how much information he's got in his head, whether he can apply it in a fight, and we're going to see that. We're going to see that on Saturday.
Because for everything that we've said here, and everything that Deontay Wilder and Malik Scott has said over the last few months, and Sugar Hill Stewart said, and Tyson Fury said, the bottom line is...
Proof is in the pudding.
Proof is in the pudding, but Deontay Wilder can still hit you on the chin. Let's get that, or hit you on the ear, or hit you on the back of the head, hit you anywhere.
Oh yeah, but Tyson Fury is a big puncher now too. He's with Sugar Hill, and Sugar Hill has taught him how to, put power behind his punches because he's a big man. He's like, this guy's 6'9", 270. 270, 6'9", coming at you, throwing a right hand. There's a lot of power there.
Now, the night before the second fight, I was walking back through the MGM. I'd been recording something. And they were putting the ring up. You're smiling. And you were standing in front of the ring. You weren't quite shadowboxing, but you were looking at you just on your own. I think you were avoiding something, if I remember rightly. Yeah. And you were just standing there. And you told me, in no uncertain terms, that you really fancied Fury big to win. Really big to win. Yeah. Are you the same now?
Yeah, I'm the same now. But there's a danger. There's always a danger. The revenge fight is a serious fight because I haven't heard bomb squad this whole couple days. So to me, Deontay is very serious, very focused, and calm and collective, and that's dangerous to me. So there's a danger that he can come in with that big right hand and he's well focused. I mean, he's had 20 months to train and retrain. If you look at him right now, he's ripped. Yeah. There's not an ounce of fat on him. He's not saying too much. So to me, there's a lurking danger there.
And because we've got a very wide open heavyweight scene, we've got Usyk as the new champion, beating Joshua. We've got Wilder could turn it up here. We've got a lot of young prospects coming up. We've got a good 18 months in the heavyweight division.
Oh, absolutely. It's unbelievable the fights that are out there, and I'm glad that the fights are being made. I'm very sorry that the belts left England. They were over there, and I'm very.
You like that, don't you?
Huh?
You like all the belts in Britain, don't you?
Okay, yeah, of course. That's where the belts belong in Britain.
You think With Tyson Fury, he's talked about it means nothing to me whether I win or lose. I just got to get through it. You know, he tries to play down what it means to him. He's kidding, isn't he? It means a lot to him, doesn't it?
It means a lot to him. The guy must think about it every day. You know, I listen to his dad talk, and his dad's a great talker, and he riles him up. He's telling him the right things, you know, and this is good. So when Tyson says, you know, he's not bothered about it, he has to think about it in his mind. You know, he's doing something that is incredible, and we're going to have to see if he can do it.
And let me ask you this. You obviously spent a lot of time with Manny, who left us a good while ago. And Manny liked Tyson Fury. You know, he liked him. He had him in the Vladimir Klitschko camp, but he didn't have him sparring.
Right.
What would Manny make of this, the third fight? What do you think, Manny? If you were sitting in a coffee shop here, having a coffee with Manny, what do you think he would make of this third fight?
Manny,
you know him well.
Yeah, Manny would say this is great. This is do or die, basically. Yeah. Both guys had the chance to, you know, after the first fight, go back and reassert themselves and say, okay, I didn't do this. And then the second fight, Tyson Fury asserted himself and did something I did not believe Tyson Fury was going to come straight at him.
Well, go at him, take shots and land shots.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't believe that, so I said I'm not going to disbelieve him anymore. Anything he says, I'm going to believe what he says. So this one, he says he's going to still do the same. And I say, well, you're right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But you've been reckless. You understand. You know, sometimes you've done things in fights that you shouldn't have done.
Oh yeah.
Then you've corrected it in later rounds or in rematches. So you understand that.
Oh yeah.
So he actually did he actually did something that was. Let's use the word stupid. It sounds a harsh word,
right.
But on paper, that was stupid what he did, wasn't it? Surely, on paper.
Not really, because I look at it. You know, everybody's talking about Tyson's weight. I'm thinking sometimes it's an advantage. Yeah. You know, Tyson can be 300 pounds and still box and dance around the ring. So I don't think the weight is just an added bonus. It's like, yo, I'm going to crack you with 270. Now I'm going to crack you with 300 pounds.
So, Lennox, thanks once again for sharing your insights into Fury and Wilder 3. We did it for 1, we did it for 2, we did it for 3. Who knows? We might even do it for 4.
When that bell rings, it's going to be a war. When that bell rings, it's going to be a war.